Hey guys, it's me coming from the kitchen, my second favorite place to be. And I wanted to show you guys what I do with our ginger to preserve it and use it all year round to flavor stuff that we get out of the garden. There's a lot of different ways to preserve ginger. Today, I'm going to be dehydrating it to create a powder. And I've seen many different methods. A lot of times people will spend a lot of time taking the skin off. I know that I'm going to be sifting it out at the end. So I'm a big believer in not making things more difficult than they have to be and try to be as simple as possible. I went ahead and took out the trays for the dehydrator because I don't honestly know how many of these will fill them up, and I only want to make enough for the dehydrator. And then we'll figure out how we're going to preserve the rest of these. I like to cut them to where they're about that thick right there. So this is a really basic dehydrator that we got from Walmart. It was under 40 bucks, but it's doing the job. It's worked very efficiently. There's no temperature control on it. So, I mean, it just, when you plug it in and you turn it on, it just goes. So we have a tendency to check it every 3 hours whenever we are dehydrating something. I just finished slicing up what I could, fitting everything I could into our dehydrator, which Mr. Naked Gardener is very excited that I have some leftovers here because he is going to want to make some tea, which is like his favorite thing to do with the fresh ginger that we have. As you can see, I have quite a bit left over. So I will explain here in a few minutes what we plan to do to preserve these.
5 hours later.
So here we are. It was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I had always traditionally dried it before in the oven. This is the first season that I've had this little dehydrator. And at 3 hours, it seemed like it was going to be ready. So I didn't go for another 3 hours. I just went 2 hours and it was perfect and it's ready. During that time, we were doing some chores around the house, and we also set aside and looked at our ginger harvest that was remaining, and we decided to go ahead and freeze these that we're going to use fresh as we need it. And we picked these out to use for our seeds to plant next month so that we can go ahead and harvest more for this year. Okay, so this right here, usually when you have leftover, you'd go ahead and regrind it. However, as I said before, I did not peel the skin off of my ginger, and so I know that that's what's left over. I'm just kind of setting it off to the side, and I'll end up putting that in my compost. You can tell a definite consistency difference between the stuff that has all of the peels on there versus what made it through the fine grain for the seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this over to one of my mason jars here for us to use whenever we want to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that knocked in here. A lot of people have their own tried and true methods, and I want you to go ahead and comment down below your process because everybody does it different. I stick to keeping things as simple as possible because there's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm not going to spend my entire day grinding and peeling and all that other stuff. So I'm going to do it as simple as possible to make it easy for you. I like making my own spice because I know exactly what's in here. We grew this organically, we know exactly how we fertilized it, and it was all organic methods. So if you want to know some of the different ways that we are going to be using this in our kitchen, comment down below, #GingerSpice. If you like this video, the kitchen is our second favorite place to be. We're going to go ahead and put a playlist above here for you to follow along. And until the next time, let's grow together.